What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're playing the Stanley Parable. Now, it's been a while since I played this. In fact, a long while. Actually, I need to check something. Okay. Kind of get this going here. At the same time. So yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to another the Stanley Parable. This is the second time I've done this. No, this is the first time I've done it on my channel. I played the deluxe version on the Xbox on my stream,
Stanley.
and I said I was gonna do this on.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building
I said I was gonna play it for YouTube, but I thought a better way of doing it is.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never...
Oh, I did. Yeah, that was good. Skip that. Alright, up, down, up, down. WASD.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Kind of weird.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Co-workers, where are y'all?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story in any way.
That's kind of a little rude, narrator. That's a little rude.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on the left. Okay, you know what? I'll listen. I'll listen. I'll listen.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I do not talk less. How to distribute with coworkers. I do need all of the that now. I'll admit it. I got some anger issues. Okay, I'm picking.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, let's be a straight up candidate for this here. Anything right here? I want to know that. Just a. What? Who's been putting I swear George is not doing his job. I swear. Thought that was something important.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Here?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Exactly.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
This is a different room,
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Same room. That's the
I'm
same.
Dreaming! He yelled.
Yeah, I'm dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Star Trek.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this were not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What time is it?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay, I thought something was going to happen for a second.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, Stanley's dead. Well, that was interesting. I guess we'll do another ending. Because this does have multiple
All of his
endings.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I got an idea. Let's follow everything what he says. So, yeah, let's do that. I want to find out what happens.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This company is so cheap, I swear. Actually, the next time we play this, we're going through the other door. Just saying. Unless if I got lost in here. Nope, I didn't.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm just reading some of this here. What? There's something in the ideas bin? What? That looks like a Dang, they're calling some people's ideas trash. Dadgummit, that is wow, that's well, that's interesting. Sides, chart lines, what in the world? Well, yeah, that's all we got right there. Why would that be there, actually? I just saw the sign there. What if we could move?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This is kind of... Oh well, I mean...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa. That is one heck of a nice office. Okay. That door's locked. Hey, that looks like from that when, what is that? The Pixar lamp. Ain't that what that looks like? Except for he looks young. Yeah, you know, I'll play the clip. But yeah,
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This looks kind of weird. Dang, that office looks so huge. Imagine cleaning those windows, good grief. That would be a pain. I don't want to go through this elevator. It looks creepy. I don't want to go down here. I don't want to... Oh, wait, what? This did not look right. Let's do what I did. I want to get out of this place.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Dirty.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I'm not coming out there. I'm not going out there. Fine. Hello, Jumpy.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Walk right in. Just walk right in. Nothing's gonna happen, right?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I wish I can. That'd be cool. Is it the button we press? Guess so. Someone's been there.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where's employee 251? Ain't that the office? Oh, there's the numbers coming back again. Oh, that only have fire. Oops. 251. No! Dang it, I was hoping to find it. That's 436. There's 3s, 2s, 254, 251 is right there. That's ours, ain't it? Ain't we employee 251? I don't remember, but we'll find out later. We'll find out later. I think that is ours, so. That don't look like our office. That might be our office right there. 269. It's impossible. 251. I'm seeing it now. Let's wait for the. Yeah, that's not ours. That don't look like our office at all. Not one bit. You know what? We're getting distracted.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, I guess you're not.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ooh, that's interesting. How they got the lights going like that. I wonder if that you could do that in real life or not. Anyways, I see this door right here, so. What?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
So, we could turn the sucker on, or we could turn the frick off. The machine thingy. Danger, electric shock, risk. What if we go back? I want to see what happens when we go back. Next time we'll definitely do that. We'll do 2 endings at a time on this. Until we run out of ideas. So, the future awaits on that one, right? I'm gonna try to edit this video soon, so. Turn it off.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Oh,
yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
It's like the same place at
Where
first.
had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Wow, that's...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that was a good ending. That was a really good ending. Really. Alright, so, we'll end this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next video. If y'all enjoyed this, please leave a like. I enjoyed doing this, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all like this video, leave a like, comment, whatever y'all want me to do, like to take what path if y'all want to. You know what? I'll follow y'all's path on this too. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next video. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, and yeah.